So I've been talking to a theory crafter for a bit. Their goal was to help me stop spreading misinformation. Haha, good luck. But they did share some pretty interesting things. The thing I was the most surprised about though is Neuvillette's technically, mathematically best teammate, Childe. Literally, for his passive talent here that increases your normal attack by 1. This is apparently all he is there for, and I guess Hydro Res. You don't even swap to him, and that's one thing the theory crafter said as well, is like, it's also really nice for people with high ping, so you don't have to swap as much. I thought that was really interesting. I want to try it, but the full team is Fischl, of course Neuvillette, Kazuha, and like we were just talking about, Childe. It should be noted that Childe is only slightly better than the next best Hydro in this spot, which would be Yelan, and in some cases Yelan is actually better. It basically depends on your Neuvillette's investment and how well he's built, because at the end of the day, the only thing Childe is doing is 1 normal attack level. So it's going to heavily depend on how strong your Neuvillette is and how much extra damage he's actually going to get from 1 single normal attack level. But at C1R1 with a decent build, Childe barely edges it out, and it's close regardless, so don't stress about it too much. If you just rather use Yelan and actually have a 4th member, then it's really not a huge difference. But I found it super fascinating that this is technically his best team. Fischl is another character I was talking about a lot with the theory crafter. In a nutshell, she is super good mainly because of this passive talent here. This attack doesn't have any sort of cooldown whatsoever, so every single time you do an electro related elemental reaction, this will happen. Another thing we were talking about in terms of general build is that having a stat balance is quite important. In most DPS's cases, it's a balance of having attack, crit rate, and crit damage. In Neuvillette's case, of course, it is a balance of HP, crit rate, and crit damage for overall damage. As you can see, we have nearly 300 crit damage, but we only have 34k max HP. So it could actually make sense to swap off the crit damage circlet for an HP percent, or even the Hydro Goblet for an HP percent. Personally, I feel like I have plenty of crit damage that I could sacrifice 60 or so percent to get more HP, and we'll see how that goes. The best one I have here is crit damage and flat HP. We got the flat HP roll. I'm just happy it wasn't attack. It's fine. Yeah, I think overall we're looking pretty good now. Fischl's build is not really what I was expecting for this team, and I actually assume this is how Fischl would be built in other teams as well, but we have this Alley Hunter bow here, which actually sounds really good. I've only ever gotten 3 of these somehow, so we got it to R3, but basically it buffs off-field damage. I don't know how much we can enhance it, but we're gonna get it as high as we can. It is using some of these older materials, so maybe we have a little bit of a backlog of them, we'll see. We could get it up to the 4th star, we just need some chaos circuits. We have like no Ruin Guard drops. The shop has reset and we should be able to get some there, but not very many though. Now we need 5 chaos cores. Can we make them? Yes, we can make 6. Let's see if we can make 3 golds here. Alt bonus, 1 bonus. I think we did have some extra purples. Ooh, we can make, okay. Ruin Guards are pretty annoying to farm, so we need exactly 16. And this is 16. I thought we got 2 per, I'll be right back. All right, let's see if that is enough. Oh, we got way more raw purples than I thought. Okay, there's the last star and level 90. Seems like overall a good bow anyway. So for like any off-field units, we just gotta make sure we're not on the field with Fischl for more than 4 seconds, and we'll pretty much constantly retain this 30% damage buff. As far as Fischl's build, for the first time, we are gonna go 4-piece golden troop. Unfortunately, this is an artifact set I haven't really touched yet, so we actually have to raise some artifacts. Oh, it completely avoided death. Let's go. We got attack, energy recharge, and crit rate. I mean, could have rolled a little bit more into crit rate, but I mean, 18% attack sands as well. Let's see what we got. And the final roll is flat HP. Whoa, that's crazy. We don't have any crit damage. We're gonna need a really solid off piece. This one has attack and crit damage and starts with 4 subs, so it's probably gonna be our best bet. Let's just straight shot it and hope for the best. Okay. We got 20 crit damage and 1 attack roll, 1 def roll as well. It definitely could have been worse. And now let's hope we have a really sick off-piece Electro Goblet. We only have 4 in total? I mean, while we're here and raising, we may as well look. No, actually not really. We're just gonna steal this one from Sara then because it looks like the best of what we have. Stats aren't going to be anything spectacular. They're actually pretty bad. We'll try some more flowers and see if we can get some extra crit damage. Another flat attack roll. Overall, it's not bad though. I mean, 35 crit value. Oh, look at that. We got up to 24 crit damage. I mean, we do definitely lose some crit rate here, but only 7%, and then the 18% attack kind of hurts a bit as well. I think as long as we're still around 2k attack, it should be fine though. Oh yeah, look at that. We're still at 2100. That should be plenty of attack. And our crit ratio looks much, much better. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. But yeah, I think our Fischl is done. The rest of the team should more or less be done as well, actually. Neuvillette, we did a little bit with him, mainly just swapping out a couple of artifacts to get more HP and less crit damage. Kazuha, you know how he is, as much EM as possible. He has his Freedom Sworn. Of course, we could give him Ziphos Moonlight if we have energy recharge issues, but for now I'm going to keep him in Freedom Sworn and see how it goes. And Childe, I guess it just literally doesn't matter what he has, since we're not even going to be swapping to him. But yeah, Golden Troop Fischl, basically just 70% elemental skill damage when she's not on the field. Even though this is basically a 3-person team, the rotation is a little bit more complex than I'm used to. Fischl E, Neuvillette E, Kazuha EQ, then you do your first charge attack with Neuvillette, and after that's over, you do his Q. You swap back to Kazuha to reswirl with his E, go back to Fischl for Q, and then back to Neuvillette to do another E, and then another charge attack. Go back to Kazuha to reswirl with E, and then back to Neuvillette to do 2 charge attacks. And that ends the rotation and you start it over pretty much. Unfortunately, Masanori died before we could do the full rotation, but that's not super surprising. I mean, after doing it a couple more times, it is a lot more simple just to think about it as going back to Kazuha to re-swirl the Hydro after Neuvillette does a charge attack. The E Neuvillette casts, of course, does apply Hydro as well, and that's gonna be the first swirl. I don't think I'll do the rotation perfect, especially under the stress of floor 12 and also not even having a healer, but we'll see how it goes. So boom, then we're gonna do, and then we're gonna go in there and do a EQE, I guess. It didn't call for another E here, but sure, why not? Then we'll do a charge attack. And then I guess we're going to do his burst and then go back to Kazuha here, do another E, and then back to Neuvillette to do a charge attack. And then I think we're gonna go to Fischl now to do her Q. And then I think maybe it goes back to Kazuha, or perhaps, I'm not even sure. We're supposed to do like 2 charge attacks now, I think. Do we have the orbs? No, we only had 1 orb on the field, so something got messed up there. I'm not sure what, but I digress. We're basically starting over now, I guess. Get another E in there from Fischl, do an E. Now I'm just kind of freestyling because I kind of don't know what I'm doing anymore. And besides, the most important thing is getting rid of these shields here anyway. So we're just gonna do that. I also haven't really been looking at damage numbers or anything, but I mean, we got through it with nearly 30 seconds to spare. I'm sure I was definitely doing something wrong because I could have sworn we actually did better when I was just taking my random team. But yeah, I mean, overall pretty good. We'll try the next floor as well. All right, we'll see how this side goes. Everyone is half dead though, and no one really has a way to heal themselves besides Neuvillette. So I gotta kind of be really careful here. This apparently is his highest damage team, but unless you're perfect with dodging everything, which is kind of hard with Neuvillette because he doesn't get to iframe while charge attacking, might not be his best like overall team just for also surviving. Okay, I completely messed that up there. I was too busy talking. Kazuha has like 1 HP, so that's really unfortunate. Yeah, he's dead now. We're gonna have to retry that. One of his, I think, top 3 teams does feature Zhongli though, and it seems actually a lot simpler. So we might look at that as well. All right, let's try and do it right this time. So we're gonna do an E, just Neuvillette E, and then go to Kazuha, and hopefully we get his burst here. Yes, we do, very nice. And then we're gonna go back to Neuvillette to do a charge attack. Yes, okay, we actually are hitting for some pretty decent damage there. Unfortunately, Neuvillette is hurting pretty bad right now. Actually, everyone is hurting very bad. Yeah, I couldn't even finish the E before they totally obliterated Kazuha. So I think I'm gonna swallow my pride on this one and just say that you need to be better than I am to get away with not having a healer. So the next team we're looking at is actually his best team for C0. We have C1, so we use the best team there. But this team, of course, does feature 3 different Hydro reactions to maximize his passive. We don't need that at C1. Yeah, just going by the numbers, at C1, it's his 3rd best. So this team, of course, has Neuvillette, Zhongli, Raiden, and Nahida. So bit of a Neuvillette team, bit of an Aggravate team. It's pretty interesting. Also, everyone here has very long-lasting off-field effects. Zhongli with his shield, Shogun with her little lightning thing, and Nahida with her burst. and her E as well. They all like are super long. So basically it's a pretty simple rotation as well. Once you get Zhongli's shield and Raiden's E and Nihida's E and Q out in the field, you basically just do what Neuvillette does. E, charge attack, Q, charge attack, etc. Team does call for Favonius Lance Zhongli, so we're gonna go ahead and swap to that. And 4-piece tenacity of the Millilith, which he has had forever. I guess he's supposed to be HP crit, but I don't know. I like when his burst does some damage. I think his shield is strong enough anyway. And this would actually be a full EM Shogun with Flowers of Paradise Lost, EM. This team is actually assuming that everyone is C0, which is not the case for me. So I'm not sure how exactly that changes things, but I'm just gonna more or less follow it for now. We should have a decent triple Elemental Mastery Paradise Lost set. So, oh yeah, of course, I see Dragon's Bane for the Elemental Mastery. We'll see if we can get it up to level 90, but I really don't feel like farming anymore. So we'll head to the crafting station to see if we can ascend it another star, but I'm not very hopeful though. Oh damn, well maybe. We have a ton of green balls. Alt bonus, give me them blue balls. Yes, 2 extra blue balls, let's go. Okay, actually we will probably be able to max it. We had enough. Oh my god, we are running low on Mystic Enhancement ores. I never thought that day would come, but yeah. We've raised 2 different weapons to 90 just for these teams. I think they're like overall good weapons though. So yeah, whatever. Our Shogun is just broke past 1000 EM, which is cool. Apparently we're supposed to do the same thing with Nihida, triple EM with an Elemental Mastery weapon. It calls for sac frag. I don't really understand since her E is on such a low cooldown. It's probably just for the Elemental Mastery main stat, but when you have her signature, I'm just gonna go with that. It has more EM anyway. Or maybe it'd be very comparable if sac frags was at level 90, but I'm not gonna do that. For some very strange reason, the build calls for Desert Pavilion Nihida, which makes 0 sense to me at all, so I'm not going to do that. Since she is supposed to be triple EM, I guess the point is just to have a lot of EM on your Nihida as well. We might just go like 2-piece Wanderer, 2-piece Gilded or something. Sadly can't do that because I hardly ever raised any Gilded pieces and not with EM main stats, so we're just gonna steal this 100 EM plume from Hu Tao. That basically makes up for the missing set. And we still get to keep 2-piece Deepwood for the Dendro bonus, I guess. But yeah, our Nihida's nearly at 1200 EM with no buffs, so that's pretty wild. I think that's enough EM. We shouldn't need to practice the rotation too much. It is pretty simple, like I said. So we start off with a normal attack from Neuvillette, swap to Zhongli to get a shield. In my case, I can just do burst, otherwise hold the E, go to Raiden, do her E, go to Nihida, do her E and Q, and then just all the stuff with Neuvillette. Essentially a series of doing a charge attack anytime you have orbs on the field. And then once all the off-field support is gone, swap back and redo the rotation. It's pretty simple. Again, Masanori is too weak to do the full rotation, so we are going to head to Abyss. This should be a lot more doable, but unfortunately Corrosion does not care about shields, so we're still gonna probably take a lot of damage from the wolves. Also, I guess we can't do Bloom Team a lot like we've been doing for first half because Nihida is being used. I think we should just go back to Neuv now and do the stuff. Here we go. We're like doing blooms and all sorts of different things in there. Now we can do his Q and just continue charge attacking more or less. Can do another charge attack. Wow, that is actually going really, really good. Sure, let's just do another E and another Q, and then I guess we can cycle back. Okay, now we just have the Abyss Mages, so I'm more or less going to just stick with Neuvillette. Where did my orbs go? I was gonna say this was like my fastest run ever, and I still think it was. We had like over 40 seconds to spare. But I think, like, if we were perfect, we would have had more than a minute to spare. I think that also comes down to the fact that this Yoimiya team absolutely deleted that horse in under a minute, where it usually takes my Bloom team more than a minute. Did all of my supporter stuff. We should be able to, oh my God. Okay, we need to kind of go off script here a little bit and get a new shield because they just absolutely obliterated his shield. That was insane. Oh my God, it's dying so fast though. Okay, let's go back and do everything. Although I'm not sure if we really need to at this point. They're almost dead. Almost? Dude, we had 53 seconds left there. Okay, okay. I'm kind of liking this team though. Almost everyone is dead now. Oh man, 1 minute, 20 seconds. I really don't know about that. We'll see. So here we go. We have all the support stuff out on the field. We can continue just doing charge attacks now, pretty much. We're probably gonna do one more E here before, oh no! Let's just start the rotation over, I suppose. And just kind of hope Zhongli's shield survives for a little bit longer here. We have 30 seconds, but like, that's plenty, dude. He's dead. Okay. That boss is apparently not the most tanky boss ever. But yeah, out of the two teams, I think I like this one a little bit more just because of the protection from Zhongli. And it still seems really powerful DPS wise and a lot easier of a rotation. So make sure to tell me what you think though in the comments down below. Leaving a like or subscribing to the channel if you enjoy is always greatly appreciated as well. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time.